All right. So we're into our second part, right, of doing our upper body series. But this time it's Sunday, and Sunday means we're going to stay on the mat. We're not going to get up from the mat and doing everything. And so I'm going to do a combo of a class we've done for upper body and then add in some other additional stretches, right? But first, what we want to do is we want to sit in an easy cross-legged pose, right? We want to always center ourselves because that's always one of the best things to do first is get centered. Put this over a little bit so it's not overpowering me. Right, Kubi? Come sit so we can get centered, right? Sit down right here. There you go. So we sit so we can get centered. Right? Hands are lightly on the knees. And we always draw the shoulders down and back because we're just trying to get everything lined up, right? If I turn to the side, you can see the minute I did this, I was no longer slouching. That's the other thing in our upper bodies. If we slouch like this, the lungs are here in this part of the body, in the rib cage. And if I'm going like this, how can I even take a deep breath? How can I even let my diaphragm go down to expand and open in the area if I'm all crunched up like this, right? So when we sit up nice and tall and draw our shoulders back, we're again already doing one of our first moves of opening our chest, right? Opening that area of the body. Breathing. Nice deep breath. And I can feel when I first get into the pose, the body's really tight. Now see if you can relax. Like let the knees relax, right? Even though I'm sitting up nice and tall, I'm still kind of letting the vertebrae stack and settle in, right? I drew my shoulders down and back, and then I just kind of let them relax back in that position. As long as I keep my head directly in line with my spine, I don't put any undue pressure on my thoracic spine right there, right? And cervical spine here together. We'll be leaning back. So crown of the head reaching up, breathing. Bring your palms together, right? This too is helping, right? Because palms come together, and as I bring them to my heart, again, bringing my shoulders down and back. It's again asking me to sit up nice and tall, opening my chest, opening my heart. And I set a little intention for the practice this time. Breathing. Then we can slowly release out. Okay. Right. We'll stretch, right? Arms out and up, inhaling. And then exhale. Feel your hands push, like they're pushing the air away. Coming back down. You want to keep the arms very active. So I'm reaching up, like I'm grabbing something, bringing it between my palms, and then I reverse, and it's like I'm pushing it away. Right? Inhaling, grabbing up. Exhaling, pushing away. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, push away. Right? Okay. Hands are going to come in front of me. I'm going to interlace and then push the palms away from the body, right? Turn to the side a little bit so you can see me, right? So I did this, and I see they're still straight right here in front, right? And then to really stretch it, I'm going to inhale up and then exhale down. Pressing the palms away, right? Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then release. And then just kind of roll your shoulders, right? Rolling them together backwards at first. Then I'll reverse and come forward. Then I'm going to interlace my hands behind me this time, right? Now I'm going to push them down and away, right? So it's like they go down and then away from the body. So now I'm getting a good shoulder stretch. And then notice how immediately I sat up nice and tall. I want to be still doing this, right? You still want to be up nice and tall. Breathing. Nice deep breath. Holding. Gently release. Hands back on your knees, right? Okay. We're going to do a little bit of a cat-cow, but we'll do it from a seated position, right? This again is helping me move my spine. I'm going to be doing a backwards and forward. Again, opening up this upper body and chest, right? So as I inhale, I draw my chest forward, gaze up. It's like I'm getting that little cave in the back, right? And I'm going to arch it the other way as I exhale. I'm going to inhale and draw myself up. Exhale, I'm going to push back. Inhale, draw myself up. Exhale, I'm going to push back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more cycle. Inhale. Exhale. And then come back to a flat back, right? Okay? We're going to work again the shoulders, right? A little bit. Arms are going to extend out, right? This time I'm going to come back like I'm touching my shoulders here. It's like first my arms go out, palms facing up, and then come back here, right? I'm going to inhale, exhale, bring my elbows together and bow. Now notice they're not like this, right? You're coming right in front. And back out. Exhale, bring them together. Inhale out. Exhale together. Inhale out. Exhale together. Inhale out. Exhale together. Inhale out. I'm holding here. And I'm going to see if I can twist it. So I'm going to keep my hands here, elbows pointing away from me. And I'm just going to turn back to center. Turn back to center. Ooh, those muscles are like, what are we doing? Turn back to center. Turn back to center. One more time. Turn back to center and then release. Woo! You can feel, right? Really working it here, right? Rolling, rounding the shoulders. This time I'm going to do them separate a little bit this time. Okay, I'm going to uncross my legs and cross them back a different way. Okay. Let's go a little side to side stretch because for sure we've been doing forward, back. We went this way. Now we kind of need to go side to side. We want to take it a little bit deeper, right? So I'm going to put my hand down on the mat. This is my right hand. And then the other one is going to go up. And then as I exhale, I'm going to lean over. Now I'm going to lean over as far as I can because see, I kind of got this little hand as a base, right? So you just lean as far as I possibly can. But I want to look up. So what is that making me do? If I don't look up, look how I'm looking here. The minute I turn, how my shoulder goes back. Watch how that shoulder rotates back as the head goes back. I reach up, hand comes down, flat on the mat on this side. This one goes up, and I lean over as far as I possibly can on this side. Again, right? I don't look down, I look up, breathing. Back up. Let's do it again on the other side. Up I go, over. Come up. One more time on the other side. Hand plants. Inhale this one up. Exhale, lean over. Up I come and release. Perfect, perfect. Okay. So we want to like extend forward a little bit, but we're going to work our little wrists in the way that we do this. Okay. So I can stay with my legs crossed, or if they're ready to uncross and I have like a pillow or something nearby, I can take and put this pillow here, and I'm gonna like sit on it like this. I guess I've gotten myself in what's called like a nice little hero's like pose, right? If this, you know, so this is more of a supportive pose. You can sit totally down for sure. I'll turn to the side. I can tell you that now my weight is more on this ankle. So if you have anything going on with your ankles, sitting straight down on your feet or your knees, this might feel uncomfortable. Adding this extra little pillow in between just raises it up and gives you the ability to maybe sit a little longer in this position, right? Okay, so we're here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take arms forward, palms facing away from the body. But then I'm going to go to put them like I'm putting them down on the floor, right? And this movement is to stretch the back of the wrist here, right? We don't want to neglect that part. We get to work in the arms and shoulders and forget about the wrist, right? So my hands are here. And if I go, fingertips touch the floor first, and then I try to push down it until I can get as much of my palm on the floor as I can. I'm trying to scoot back enough so you can see me do it right here. See, it's like this. There we go, right? Breathe. Nice deep breath. Inhaling and exhaling. My fingers are spread wide, right? Breathing. I don't often do this. You do a lot of stuff at your keyboards. This would be great. Sometimes that's right in the place. Let's let go and then work it around where the carpal tunnel kind of sets in, right? Back. There we go. Right. I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm going to come around on my mat. My little friend's going to get upset, so I'm going to have to give him a little pillow place to sit on. I'm going to come here on my mat. First, I'm on my hands and knees. And then I'm going to sit back on my heels, right? Walk my hands forward. Let my forehead come to the mat. Now this is getting a stretch because even though I'm getting a nice little lower back knee stretch, the fact that I'm extending my arms and not letting my elbows touch the mat, I'm keeping it lifted, right? Now while you're here, I want you to take and spread your fingers wide and then raise up. It's almost like you're making like spiders with your hands. So see, only my fingertips are touching the mat, but my forehead is still on the mat. Lifting, breathing. Nice deep breath. Then I can lower the fingers down, right? Palms down. Inhale and come up, right? There we go. We're going to do a quick little cat-cow from this position, right? Inhale, stomach down, chest chin up. Exhale, arch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then release back. Okay? Now we want to do a tiny little movement into our little puppy pose that we've done before. Again, it's trying to get that upper body, right? So I'm here. My hands just walk forward. As I walk forward, I lower my chest, right? And then my head, I can turn my head to one side on the mat, or I can bring my forehead to the mat. Whatever feels good to me. Feels a little awkward, of course, because the butt's up in the air, but you're trying to get into that mid-upper back area. My palms are flat on my mat, arms extended. Breathing. Nice deep breath. To come out, I draw my hands back, right? And then I'm going to push up. And then let's thread our needle, right? To open it up. So arm goes out. This is my left arm. I thread it underneath. And I draw it up. I thread it underneath. And I draw it up. Hand comes down. I do the other side. Right arm up. I draw it underneath. I come up. I draw it underneath. I come up and release. Okay? Now, we're going to flow a little bit. So I sit back first just so I get a good position with my hands, right? Because if I do it, extend myself well, my hands should not even have to move through this flow. Hands on the mat. I lift up. I push through. See, they're right there beside me. I just bend my elbows, lower. Then I lift up in my cobra. And then I come back. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale back. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. And exhale back. Now we're going to inhale all the way up and exhale and lower. Now, I'm going to turn this way a little bit so you can see me, because we're going to do our little cobra-like pose a little different this time, okay? So what's going to happen, I'm here on my belly, right? I've kind of come up on my forearms a little bit. But what I want you to do is you lower back down and see how I'm going to take my arms out a little wide, and I'm bent at the elbows, right? I bent my elbows, right? Almost like they're little 90-degree angles in a way, right? They come out from my body. Instead of being right here, I've slid them out, right? Elbows nice and bent, almost like it was when we were sitting up and had the elbows bent. And then from here, I want you to see if you can push up into your cobra pose, right? See, the arms are more extended out. Press down through the tops of the thighs, tops of the feet, right? And then I'm going to come down. See, it's almost like doing a push-up in a way, but you're still in your cobra pose, right? Inhale, push up, right? There we go. Look up. Get a nice arch in that back. Breathing. Right? Lower down. We're going to do it again. Inhale up. Breathing. Come back down. And now bring your arms to your side. Head to one side. Take some nice deep breaths. Bring the head back center, right? Hands come out on either side of the chest, okay? We're going to do the same similar thing. First they're here, and I bring them out a little bit wider, right? Probably about 1, 2, 3 hand widths away from me, right? This time when I raise up, we want to look from side to side. We're going to come up, and then look right, and then look left, okay? And then we'll come back down, okay? Do it together. Hands out. First they were here. I just slide them out so they stay in alignment. I lift up, right? Let's see if I can look over that shoulder. Come back to center, right? Go over that other shoulder. And then lower down slowly, working that upper body, right? Inhale, lift up, right? Look over the shoulder. Come back in. Over the left. Come back in. Lower down. One more time. Inhale, push up, right? There we go. Over. Back center. Left. Back center. Release down. This time, arms at the side, turn the head to the other side. Come back to center. We're going to come up, right? We're going to be here a little bit just on our forearms, like we've done in the Sphinx pose. But that's only so we can get into our next pose, which is going to stretch our shoulders a little bit. Like last time when we did it, remember we got on our sides and our arms were like the letter T, and we kind of rolled up and it worked the inside of the shoulder. This way we're going to actually do it a little different. So if you can see me, I'm going to do this arm first, right? So depending what your orientation to me is, this is the arm, right? What I'm going to do is take this hand and I'm going to slide it underneath the other one. See how it's just sliding underneath? I took this hand, almost like that threading. I'm sliding it underneath, right? Sliding it to a point where it feels comfortable. Palm is down. Then this hand is going to reach forward. This is where I'm going to sit for a minute. Now see, it's pulling my shoulder more in this direction, where the other pose was opening it. Now we're working it in the opposite way. Breathing. Now you go to where it feels comfortable, right? I've kind of twisted myself up like a little pretzel. But I want to do it where I feel comfortable, where I can relax into the pose. I feel pretty good about where I've gotten both my hands, right? Breathing. Keep breathing and holding. To come out, right? I'm just going to bring this extended arm back a little bit so I can draw this one out. And then I am going to take both my arms wide like this, right? And bring my chin back to the mat. Just straightening it out. Then I'm going to come back in, right? Now I have to do the other hand. So again, palm down, I thread it underneath, right? Until I can extend it out as far as I feel like, it feels like as far as I can stretch. Because we're working, there's a bunch of muscles on the front and back side that holds this, helps with this rotation of this muscle, rotation of our shoulder. It's got that little rotator cuff. So we're giving it a good little stretch. But sometimes you can get some injury to this area with repetitive motion. So we're trying to stretch and strengthen those muscles. So this arm went out here, right? And then this one extends, and I see if I can relax into it. Always do to your comfort level. Don't go to a pain point. You just want to go to a stretch point. Nice deep breath, right? Hand comes back, right? I lift up, stretch both arms out like that T. Let the chin come back to the mat. Come back in. I'm going to turn back this way. Let's turn the other way, so I'm going to turn this way. What we're going to do is lift back up. Hands and knees, right? We're going to push back on our heels. We're going to go back again into the extended child pose. We're going to extend it more because just to stretch out both sides, right? Remember, elbows don't land on the mat. We keep it lifted, forehead to the mat. I raise up again like I got that little spider fingertips, right? Then I'm going to lift up and walk to the outside of my mat, right? Still got those little spider hands. And then I lower, right? Still lifting, extending. Lift up, walk, walk, walk to the other side, right? Outside of the mat, right? Fingertips still up, raised. Come back to center. Raise up. Okay. Now we're going to come over and set. We're going to get in a little twist, but then in a upper body stretch as well. We want to get a little twist in, just so we work the spine and the upper body, right? Okay. So I want to draw my left leg in, keep my right one straight. I'm going to wrap my right hand around that leg, right? Then the left hand's going to lift up, and I'm going to reach around. Get a little twist. Breathing. Make sure you flex this foot so you keep it active, so the back of that calf is pressing into the mat. Holding this in tight. This will help you to lift, draw the chest back. Don't put this hand too far away that you're leaning. Try to get it as close to your body so that you can push away from the mat. Look up, okay, like this, right? Breathing. We're gonna inhale up, come back. We'll open this leg, right? We'll let this back hand stay where it is. And we're gonna lift up, right? So left hand is back, left knee is bent, right leg is extended, right hand extends out. It's almost like I do a swing. Up I go. Right? See how the hands are swung? It's like it's swung from the right to the left, back, and then up. Get a little arm balance, opening the spine, and come back down, right? Straighten both legs, bounce and wiggle, bounce and wiggle, bounce and wiggle. Bring this right knee in now, right? Foot's flat. Left hand wraps around it, right? I'm gonna turn so you can see me. There we go. Arm lifts up, right? Nice and tall. I'm gonna bring my hand as close to my spine as possible. Look over that shoulder. Keep this foot flexed, left foot flexed. Breathing. right? Come back forward, right? Knee comes out, right? So right knee is out, right hand is back, left hand extends. It's like it does that little swing and up we go. Like a nice little arm balance, opening the body, breathing. Slowly come back down, right? Legs come together, bounce and switch. Bounce and switch. All right. We're going to lower down to the mat, right? Knees come in, right? Just kind of come back. Rock side to side. Massaging my lower back. Okay. And we're going to do a bridge pose, but we're going to stretch our shoulders with it this time, all right? How are we going to do that, Evie? Well, I'm going to tell you. My soles of my feet are going to come to the mat, all right? And I want my heels as close to my glutes as possible. First, my arms are going to be at my side. And then I'm going to press down through my feet and lift my hips up. Right? Now my hips are lifted, right? I lift up in my hips. Now I want to take my hands. Remember in the beginning we interlaced? Remember how we interlaced? When I interlace them, I can feel myself drawing my shoulders together. And I want to press my hands into the mat. Breathe. Holding. And see if you can lift one leg up, right? That's going to have to cause you to use that upper body strength too along that leg. Lower it down. Keep pressing down with those hands. Pushing up with those hips. Right leg up. Breathing. Foot comes down. Keep holding. Breathing. Press down with those hands. Then release them. Slowly lower. Knees to chest, rock side to side. Now to stretch out the body, we want to do what's called like a banana pose, right? So first what happens is my legs are straight and together. They're in the middle of my mat. Make sure my body is in the middle of my mat. Then I'm going to raise my arms above my head, right? Everything all situated here, right? Arms straight above the head. I'm going to lift the feet up and take them to the left side of the mat. Lift my upper body up and bring it over to the left side. It's almost like I'm trying to make this curve on this side of the body, but the arms are still extended. Reaching. I can interlace my hands maybe, push them away from my body. Breathing, palms pushing away. Nice deep breath. Lift up, come back to center. Bring the arms back alongside the body. Let the body relax. Okay, feet are together again, right? Arms above the head at first. I have to lift up, bring my feet to the right now, right? Feet to the right, lift up, top part of the body extends to the right. I can interlace my hands, push the palms away, getting that stretch on this side. Come back to center, right? Everything back in. Release. Then we're going to roll to our side and come up. And our final relaxation pose is going to be in a supported child's pose. Okay? So get some pillows, enough that you make like a little bolster, right? I have a bolster, but it could be a matter of I could keep stacking pillows high enough together, right? To make one. I'm going to come seated on my heels, but then I'm going to take my knees to the outer edges of my mat. And I'm going to draw the pillows in until they touch the inside of my thighs. Then I'm going to walk my hands down, still extended out, and then let my head rest comfortably on this pillow. I'm in a nice restorative pose, but I'm still extending through my upper body. And remember we said before, if you have anything going on with your knees, like, right, you can put a pillow here on one side, other side here, to take some of the pressure off of the knee. Walking forward, relaxing. Let the mind just focus on the breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Remembering what we read last time, it talked about how we are beautifully made and seeing the beauty that lies within us, that we don't have to look for external validation. We can feel our beautiful energy rising up from our inner truth, our inner soul. Letting any stress leave the body with each exhale. Right. Nice deep breath. Letting go. If you need to, you can lift the head up and turn it the other direction if you need to. We do that because even with our head turned, the neck is getting a little bit of a stretch. So we want to equal it out by lifting the head and turning it to the other side. This is our moment of reset for the week. We're resetting ourselves, grounding, right? We're right down here on the ground, right? Feeling the earth's magnetic energy, connecting with it, getting in all of that nice resonance. To come out, we'll bring our hands back on either side of the chest, right? We'll push up, right? Take our bolster out of the way. We'll come to our hands and knees, do a quick little cat-cow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And then come back in an easy seated pose. Hands lightly on the knees. Shoulders down and back. We'll take a few more stretches together. Arms out, right? Grabbing up it comes. Exhale, down we go. Inhale, up we come. Exhale, push away all that stress. Anything that does not serve, right? Inhale up, cowering in that grace. Exhale, pushing away all that stress. Last time, we're going to gather it all up. This time, palms are going to grab it and bring it down to the heart. Eyes closed. Just for a moment, take in all of the energy you generated in this session. Hold it right here at your heart, that you can reconnect to it at any moment during the week. As always, the light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. How'd we do?
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yay! The little thing I did that move today, I was like, they're gonna just hate that I'm finding all these things. But I was like, oh, that feels good. I was like, because you really have to kind of push. So I know. I feel like my upper body strength, I need it. Like I can tell, like it's not the same. My husband and I talk about that all the time. Like as you get older, you can tell little nuances. And so I'm like, okay, gotta work that upper body.
That was great. That's definitely a good one.
All right. Well, you have a good rest of the day, and then I'll see you on Thursday.
Sounds good. Enjoy your week.
You too. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Coberson, you're always asleep.